Hello and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to make this very potent skin lightening and hydrating face serum with turmeric and hyaluronic acid. Quickly, let's jump into making this face serum. Firstly, I weigh out my hyaluronic acid powder and try to dissolve it in vegetable glycerin. Hyaluronic acid powder here, I'm using high molecular weight. High molecular weight is specifically for skin hydration. I'm also using high molecular weight hyaluronic acid here in 1%. And this is because I do not want to use a polymer in this formula. Meaning I'm not using any thickener like xanthan gum and the likes. So this hyaluronic acid is going to be my thickener. Then I'm going to be dissolving it with 10 grams of vegetable glycerin. You can as well dissolve your hyaluronic acid with water, but I would like to dissolve it with vegetable glycerin here so that it becomes very easy for me to hydrate in water without lumps or fish eyes. Note that if you intend to use low molecular weight hyaluronic acid, then you will need to add a polymer. I used 1% of hyaluronic acid here and this was really hydrating. But you could use 0.5, it's very okay. For the next phase, I'm going to be dissolving my actives. So first, I'm going to weigh out my propylene glycol, which is a suitable solvent to dissolve my active ingredient. Now, turmeric is one very good ingredient for skin lightening, but because of the staining of the botanical extract, it's quite discouraging to use. The active component that is responsible for skin brightening is actually curcumin, and before you get the exact curcumin that will help to lighten your skin in turmeric, you must have used a whole lot of it, which the stain will really discourage. Hence, there's an extraction that has been made to give us the pure curcumin in powder form. And that is what we are going to be using for this formula. So I weighed out 1% of curcumin powder into my propylene glycol, and I'm going to dissolve this on a very low heat. Curcumin also comes in different forms, but for the one I am using in this video, it is actually tetrahydrocurcuminoid. It is active enough to inhibit tyrosine and make the skin brighter even at 0.5% to 1%. Its pH actually makes it compatible with a lot of other actives including niacinamide, alpha-butene, tranexamic acid, and even kojic acid. So you could pair it with any of those ones or even more if they are well compatible. Finding it may be a bit hard, but it's no worries because we have it in stock. You could check the description box to see how you can shop these and other raw materials from our website. So I'll take this to a medium heat and then I'll bring it right back after it's fully dissolved. Note that this powder has very poor solubility in water. The next phase is going to be my water phase, but I'm going to be dissolving my allantoin in my water phase. So I'll weigh out the allantoin first. Here I'll be using 0.2% of allantoin powder. Allantoin helps skin irritation and also helps to calm the skin and soothe the skin. It's one ingredient that shouldn't even stay out in your serums. And in order to dissolve my allantoin, I won't be using distilled water. Because of the purpose of this serum, I'm going to be using turmeric hydrosol. Turmeric hydrosol was simply made by distilling the turmeric root itself to give you turmeric essential oil and the turmeric water. So after the essential oil has been separated, we have the water containing all the aqueous properties of the turmeric itself, which makes it an effective choice for such formula. So since this is a turmeric face serum already containing curcumin, the active compound in turmeric, it will be a very beautiful choice to top this up with turmeric hydrosol. For turmeric hydrosol and other hydrosols, we actually stock the best with the most competitive prices in the whole of Africa. So you definitely can see the description box if you want to make a purchase. So after some time, the allantoin is fully dissolved. You could also take your allantoin to a little heat just to warm up the water to make it dissolve faster. Also ensure that your allantoin dissolves properly to avoid graininess in your serum. So after dissolving my allantoin properly, the next thing will be to add in my vegetable glycerin and hyaluronic acid. I mean my humectant that is actually going to make this serum a hydrating one. I'm going to mix this until it's fully hydrated. Hey, if this is your first time stopping by on this channel, welcome to Primeside. On this channel, I share helpful videos on cosmetic formulas that are safe, natural and effective. You can check out my channel to see more videos of these, and you can also stay subscribed so that you get more of this type of videos. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for all your support. I appreciate you big time. So if you're looking forward to improving your skills in formulation, you could grab any of our cosmetic ebooks. The link is right there in the description box. And if you need something that is more advanced, something to stop all your worries about your formulation troubles, then you could hop on for our certificate diploma courses. All the informations you'll be needing will be right there in the description box. So after mixing my humectant and my hydrosol together, I'm going to let this hydrate a little and allow the hyaluronic acid to fully dissolve. As you could see, the product is already thickened up, although it is still hydrating. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is to add the mixture of propylene glycol and tetrahydrococamine. At this point, the product is going to change color and become whitish, and that's because tetrahydrococamine is a crystal just like salicylic acid and will likely to recrystallize if it is not in a suspended phase. So for that, it is better to use 0.5% of the hyaluronic acid and 0.5% of a polymer that can actually help to keep it suspended. And also it needs a high speed shear, so you could use your immersion blender to blend this in properly so that you won't have any recrystallization. Also, tetrahydrococamine is best used in products like creams that are already emulsified or serums that are quite viscous. Okay, do not use them in your toners because they are going to recrystallize. Also, this is not the final look. The product will become transparent later. So I'm going to give this a very good stir. If you have an overhead stirrer or a magnetic stirrer, you could put it under and allow it to stir for a long time to allow the hyaluronic acid fully hydrate, stabilize, and also to allow the ingredients to be well combined. So after mixing it till this time, I'm just going to set it aside and cover it up so that it can hydrate fully. And then after around 15 to 30 minutes, I'll take this back, give it another stir, and then it is time to check the pH. This is the texture it gave to me, and trust me, this was really beautiful. According to the International Nomenclature of Cosmetic Ingredient, the best pH of tetrahydrococaminoid is actually 5.5 to 6.5. So we are going to leave this for around 5.5. So this is my pH paper. I'm just going to dip it in and then match the color to the color of the pH strip. You could use a pH meter if that's more convenient for you. Matching this, we got a pH of around 7, and so we're just going to reduce the pH a little with a 50% citric acid solution. Reducing the pH of the serum will actually thicken it more. As you can see, it's even more slimy, but it was really beautiful still. But then if you stir it more, you're just going to loosen it up again. So I'm going to check the pH again to see what we have this time and see if we're going to reduce it again or not. Checking the pH again, we are having a pH of around 5.5 to 6, and that's perfect enough for serum. So I'll quickly take this back to scale and weigh out 1% of our preservative. Here I'm using Usal PE 9010, a natural broad spectrum preservative that would be able to, prevent the growth of microorganism from this product. I'll give a final stir and my product is ready. This product could fit into any routine. It could be used by all skin type. It will actually help to feed hyperpigmentation and dark spot, but it will do better if it is combined with other active ingredients or other products with other brightening active ingredients in it. The feel on the skin was very soothing and hydrating. I personally feel it's a very beautiful one. It's suitable for all skin types, oily skin, dry skin, combination skin, because it will definitely hydrate while it's trying to brighten the skin. Remember that tetrahydrococaminoid is also a very powerful antioxidant and also a UV ray blocker. So yes, it's helping you to brighten the skin by not just inhibiting tyrosine, but also helping you to block UV rays because of its powerful antioxidant activity. The serum can also be used 2 times a day or even 3 times if you want. The effect of those products will be seen around 6 to 8 weeks of use, but will be faster if combined with other beautiful products. An exfoliant may be included in routine, and also a sunscreen is paramount. If you enjoyed this video, I hope that you give me a thumb up. Yes, please help me to like this video. If you have any questions or any video requests, please let me know in the comment section. Do not forget that we supply raw materials and also hydrosols, and then we have the best academy in Africa. Thank you for stopping by to watch this video today. I'll definitely see you next time.